So we will move on to our final session before we take a little break and then hear our final keynote and wrapping thoughts of the conference. Our next session is going to be a chapter spotlight for the Guadalajara chapter. And here to present is the team Monserrat Moreno and Delia Ramírez. I welcome you to the stage.
Hi, nice to meet you all. Greetings from Guadalajara.
Hi, everyone. So we are here. Thank you very much for the invitation. We are the Guadalajara, Mexico chapter where tequila and mariachi is born. So I believe everyone can relate with that. So, well, let's start talking about who we are and why did we did a chapter. In Mexico right now, we have three chapters, Monterrey, Mexico City, and Guadalajara. We are a big region, so we thought that having a Guadalajara chapter will be very important to our community and to our ecosystem so we can grow service design in here. So I'm Delia. I will talk you first how was the chapter created and what was the things that make us did it, our values, etc. I'm Delia. I'm a service designer. I'm a project manager. My first profession was project manager, and then I noticed I knew about service design and I got in love. I'm also academic. I work and teach at a university here, a Jesuit university. So everything about humanistic things, it's very important for us. For me, what I love of all, it's teach service design. So this was a huge value that was impregnated in why to create the chapter. I love to create services, but services that will work for all of us. Also, build the community, meet others. I believe that our community is very new. Our community doesn't know really about service design, but they are already doing it. You know, they do it, but they don't know that it's called service design. So that's why we wanted to do it. Also, for me, it's very important to generate knowledge in Spanish. I believe this is an important barrier that doesn't help us to reach the knowledge that we needed the most. And of course, having holistic services. I think this is very important to include everyone in services. So Monse, can you talk about you a little bit?
Of course. Well, nice to meet you all. I'm Monse Moreno. I'm a Mexican service designer with a lot of passion for this field. And well, when Delia and myself, we were thinking about opening a new chapter, I was asking myself, why do this? What for? So I think that this chapter is built for three women, very passionate women, for this, in order to resolve difficult issues. Since in our community, there's a lot of issues that haven't been resolved because of the lack of organization and the lack of specializations. So my vision here is I wanted to create a better world, service by service, and I really think that Mexico should change its vision and should start acting and personifying a designer. I see Mexico as a designer, and in order to open this chapter, the first thing that I did is to accept myself as a service designer ambassador. So for me, it was very clear that one of the ways that we can make a change in our local field, local region, but as well we can support the other chapters in order to start making a movement in Mexico, in order to start to resolving things in a different way, because Mexico needs this mentality, this change of exploring the world and resolve the issues. And I don't know if you want to introduce our third companion, Libertad.
Of course, Libertad, she is our third partner. She is our specialist in inclusivity and in ergonomist. She is the one that help us talk about everyone and talk about services for all. She is a teacher also and a researcher and a consultant. So right now she has been certified as a service designer expert by the Service Design Network. So we are starting to grow our team and to grow our knowledge around service design in our community. One of the things that most passions her is to make services that can work with everyone. As you know, or as maybe you have known, in Latin America and in Mexico, we have good services, but they are not really designed for everyone. So this is a very important issue that we want to make it work and make it happen. And Libertad is the one that is the expert in this thing and the principal person that talks about this and teach us from this subject. So with these three persons, we are these three women, empowered women that have some values and that start to think about making a chapter. What you see in the purple post-its, it's what move us and what make us did this. So as you can see are things like Mexico as a designer. This is very important for us. Have knowledge in Spanish, teach service design, make our community, make it active because we sometimes it's not an active community. So all this is very important for us. So Monse, do you want to talk about what have we done since we opened the chapter?
Of course, and you have to, we have to start saying that service design is very revolutionary in our field, in our region. So first of all, we started to making a research in order to know a little bit more about what was the real state of our ecosystem. And at the first glance, we thought that, okay, there's a lot of engineers. We are in the Silicon Valley of Mexico, so maybe we will have a lot of specializations and professionals that will like to join us. But the reality was very different, and I want to lead you to our story. First of all, we made a decision at the first time that since this is very revolutionary, and since a lot of people doesn't know anything about service design, if we started to be very technical, we wouldn't have any community to lead. So we started a strategy in between two main activities. The first one was the events, in order to start joining the community and know the people and let us be seen by them, in order to have common experiences and create experiences for them. We at this point we have only 3 events done, and tomorrow is our 4th event. That is regarding about Halloween. So what we did, we made workshops, we made conferences in order to let the people how we started as a service designer. Then we as well explain what is service designer, their fundamentals. And at the end, we explain a vivid case, so they will know how the service design cases are resolved. And what we find out is that in the first event, we only have 7 people, and most of them were our friends. I have to be very honest with you. But the last one was the one that we were very, very hyped and very happy, because we have like from 28 to 32 people in the room. So we think that we are making a change, and the people start loving service design as we love it. And at the end, we decided as well to start to share this knowledge in Spanish, because it's very important that in our language, with our words, where people discover this discipline and this mentality, because we all know that service design is a mentality more than a method or a technique. So we started Instagram and Facebook with micro educational capsules in which we share information, share different activities, and we see it like our classroom, in order to start sharing this knowledge. And we focus the whole year in these two main activities. And if you are asking what is the future of our chapter, well, Delia have that information.
Yeah, well, the future of our chapter and the vision we are working on, we represented in these four post-its. Our community, we will talk about, we are focusing on people that will need quickly know about service design so we can make changes quickly. Undergraduate students, corporate leaders, active professionals, they are the ones that will make changes quickly. So they are our focus, and they're the person that we are trying to reach quickly, so we can start growing this ecosystem. Monse, do you want to talk about our stand?
Yes, we have to remember that we see Mexico as a designer, and we know that it is a designer. So what we have to do in order to start waking up our country with this vision, well, we first started to make these educational efforts in social media. We in the next year, the most probably we will open TikTok, and we will start to using these channels that will allow us to connect with more people and with more different fields. And as well, we are looking for new projects that we can develop with our community in order to explore inclusion and equity in practical cases here in our region. This will require to develop a special content. For example, we are dividing our content in three main lines of communication. That will be educational capsules for new beginners, and we'll start to approach to companies, so they will share as actualizations our different events and content. And finally, we start to talk about good practices for all, how the fundamentals of the foundation of service design will be applied in other fields. And we have an invitation for you all. Delia, invite to our friends to our next event.
Yeah, so we are envisioning that next year we will start working on more workshops, more webinars, more networking. Continue with basics, because we need to spread the news. What is service design in our community? That we still need to be working it. And I want to invite you because tomorrow we are going to have a talk with us, with Monse, Libertad, and myself, and we will talk about horrible services. What about these horrible situations we have passed and that could be better, no? Like these creepy things that happen sometimes, and that if we could see if we see things with our lens of service design, everything could be very different and inclusive. So that's all with us. Thank you very much to having us here. We will want you to follow us. And Monse, do you want to say something?
Yes, if it doesn't matter if you don't speak Spanish, don't worry. With us, you will speak Spanish in a very few times. So please follow us. Please enjoy service design with a tapatio experience. That's how our region is described. And let us share with you. Let us to connect, because we are a very young chapter, but we are a very passionate chapter that we want to connect with you all and do new things and explore new opportunities. So thank you for this space, and Viva Mexico.
Thank you so much. Thank you both so very much for that look into your chapter. I want to say I love your enthusiasm. I think I can relate to a lot of what you're saying relative to Los Angeles. because we had a lot of a similar journey in introducing service design, and so enthusiasm is a big part. So I thank you for it. We're going to now take a break before we have our next speaker. So let's take a break until it'll be about 24 minutes now until 9:30 or 12:30 Pacific time, 9:30 Central European time. And I'll see you back for the keynote.